Test, test, test. Let me see how we sound. Let me see how we sounding. Test, test, test. Alright, let's send this link out. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We just have a crazy rejection right here. Look at that rejection, that's crazy. Look how it's holding this level of support though. G on the other hand is breaking above. So we got a couple sides we might be able to take in the next candle. NAS did a nice drop last night. We're gonna see if we can get a retest right here. Gold just retested also. Just gonna wait for this next 15. See what this next 15 is looking like. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Will? Yes, we got a few sets we're looking at right here. Looking at GU and GBPJPY, looking at NAS and gold sales right now. So gold just tapped this up, so you're either gonna look for a retest of 4062, or if we can BCR maintain 4046 resistance, we could look for sales on gold. NAS did a nice draw. We're gonna look for a retest right here to see if we can maintain 29520 as resistance, or we're gonna look for a BCR at 29350. GG just tapped that level, so you're either gonna look for price to retest 21670, or we're gonna look for a BCR at 21720. Again, that's why we want to wait for that retest, y'all. That's why we want to wait for that retest. Make sure to like the live, hop up in here and subscribe if you have not already. We just hit 6,400 subscribers. Look at the 6,500. Is that where we're at? Let me see. Yeah, let's get the 6,500 subscribers. We can get to that easily. Got some new videos lined up for y'all this week. Let's have another great week. Let's have another great week. Man, let me tell you something, Will. The universe knew that fight was going to be some bullshit. Let me tell you why. Because all the prelim fights was working. So I was like, okay, it's about like 2 hours before the fight starts. I was like, I'm going to come back on Prime later. I'm going to knock out some things before the fight. I go back on Prime. That shit was down for like 3-4 hours. Like my Prime was not working on my TV for like 3-4 hours. And I didn't feel like pulling it up on my computer, so I was like, okay, it's not working. It is what it is. I'll just watch the replay or some shit. So it worked out, because I would have wasted my damn time. But yeah, I was like, that's funny as hell, because after it happened, I was chopped up with my barber. It was either early today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It might have been today. I don't remember. But I was like, man, Prime was down. He was like, man, you ain't missed shit anyways. And I saw the clips this morning. I was like, yeah. But anybody betted on that, man, I know they upset. So hopefully nobody lost some money betting on that motherfucker. And the crazy shit is, like, I don't know how their contract is, but I know he still got paid a shit ton of money, even though he ain't do shit at all. That's the crazy thing. When you get to those levels, you can still get paid a shit ton even if you lose. I don't know if it matters how long he was in the game for, or for the round, how many rounds, but that motherfucker still made a check, even though he did that dumb shit. Or that unfortunate shit happened to him, but yeah. I didn't even watch that shit. New 15 about to pop up in about 20 seconds. Again, y'all, we're just chilling, patiently waiting. As far as news today, We don't have any news, so we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Make sure you click that link in the description, the first link, and join the free student free Telegram. And if you did not watch the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to do so. But as far as how we did last week, we went 8-2 last week, and the 2 losses was literally the trades we had to re-enter. So we didn't really lose a trade as far as us being wrong. Like literally the 2 losses we took were just simply re-entries. But we went 8-2 last week, gives 80% win rate, which is not bad at all. Just picked up where we left off last month and last quarter. Like y'all can see as well. Make sure to check all that stuff out. But let's see if GU is going to hold this low as support or not. Missed the setup on GJ. I wasn't even going to try to entertain that candle. So we're just going to wait for, something not as extreme. But let's see if GU can hold this low as support. If y'all have any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Make sure I like the live as well. Shout out to those already like the live. Let's see if GU can hold this level right here. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. Those who are in the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is a trade idea. We have not entered this trade yet. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at these charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, we're just about to see how this next 5 minute looks. We just close back above. Let's see if we can hold. Yeah, I like how this is looking right here. We're gonna see how this candle closes though. We're gonna see how this candle closes. Yes, my laptop was tripping on back, dude. Did I miss it? Nah. Nah, we didn't take nothing yet. Not yet. But I see how this next 15 pops up. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. If GU can maintain 33.85 support, we could look for a buy setup here. And then we're looking to see if NAS can reach as 29.520, and if gold can reach as 40.62, 40.60. So we got a few sets we're looking at right here. Let's see how this closes. Alright, new 15 popped up. Let's see if we can hold this over our support. And that is why we waited. That is why we wait for the BCR, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Santana? How you feeling? This is why we wait for the BCR, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it takes a little longer to take a setup. I'd rather wait extra 5 minutes than re-enter 3 trades. Re-enter the same trade 3 times and stuff like that. So, again, we're not going to take the setup to price shows that can hold that support. That is why we wait, y'all. We would take a loss for no reason. Alright, let's see what gold does right here. Our weekend was chill. I can't complain. My weekend was good. I can't complain. What about you, man? We're just waiting right now. GU flipped back above. Let's see if we can hold this time. Gold's tapping this level. Yeah, GU flipped back above. We might try to hold this time. So now it's trying to hold. Gold's rejecting this level as well. Yeah, so we might get some action now. Gold's rejecting this level as well. Yeah, I like this right here. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. That thing's flying now. Look at that thing go. Gold's still trying to see if he's going to hold this up as resistance. Let's see how GJ reacts to this level right here. So we didn't take this setup because this thing literally tapped hard as fuck, then rejected. So from this point, we're going to look for price to retest 216.17, or if we're going to beast jump maintain 217.20 as support, or we can look for buys right here. That fight made you sad. That's funny. So you was probably looking forward to that shit. Like I said, I didn't know that shit was going down until you told me on Friday. So I feel you. Especially you Ben knew that shit was going down. You was probably looking forward to that shit. Yeah, I'd be upset too. I ain't gonna lie. Look at a few sales we're looking at right here. Yeah, look for sales here. Got a new 5 minute about to pop up in a little bit. I like this setup though. Finally caught another live. You gotta set that alarm. I'm talking about you finally caught another live. Just set that alarm. We're live every day on YouTube, 3 a.m. London session. London session, 3 a.m. EST, every day on YouTube. And then we do lives at least 3 times a week during New York session on TikTok. So make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram, Playmaker_Way, TikTok, _Playmaker_Way_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new posts lined up for y'all this week as well. You gotta set that alarm though. Yeah, we live every day. What's going on though? How you feeling? Yo, my boy put me on. Are you saying somebody put you on, or are you asking me to put you on? If you're asking me to put you on, ask questions. I got you. If you're saying somebody put you on to me, shout out to your boy. Look at Bitcoin. I'm not looking at Bitcoin. Do you want me to look at Bitcoin? We can take a look at it if you want me to. For GU, you said buys and gold sells. Yep, I'm looking for GU buys, looking for gold sells. So with GU, we're looking to see if we can maintain 33.85 as support. We can look for buys there. Make sure if you have not already, click the link in the description. Click the first link in the description. Join the free Signal, free Telegram. Because at the beginning of every week, just like last week, I dropped this Sunday chart analysis. So if y'all watched last week's Sunday chart analysis, even if y'all missed it, still watch it. It's literally just a 3-minute video. Watch it and then see how price played out last week. And then also make sure to watch this week's Sunday chart analysis, because like I always tell you, it goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going to Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. And you watched the Sunday chart analysis last week. I told you at the beginning of the week was looking for NAS sells, GJ buys, and gold sells. And then we can see what price is doing going into this week. So yeah, let's see if gold can hold this level as resistance right here. NAS still got a little bit of work to do. Make sure to like the live if you have not already, and subscribe. We just hit 6,000. Where we at? 6,400. Where we at? Let me not make a number up. Where we at right now? We just hit 6,400 subscribers. Get to 6,500. We can get to that easily. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. When I'm looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Shout out to everybody on the live. Shout out to everybody on the live. Let's see what this next 5 and 15 looks like though. So GBPJPY closed back above that level. Let's see how gold reacts right here. Got about 3 minutes till the next 15 and 5 pops up. So we're probably gonna be flipping back and forth between GU and gold. These are the only ones that really had a zone right now. Let's see if gold can hold this up as resistance. Because it did do a nice drop. It's been dropping all night. I still got this gap up here, but we're in sell territory, so we're gonna look for sales as long as it's down here. I'm tripping. Did a nice move right before London. Let's see if we can maintain this level as resistance. Then GU, we're looking to see if we can hold this as support. I'm on the 15-minute right now. I look at the 5 sometimes, but I mainly look at the 15. I don't trade on the 5. That's where people get things fucked up. Again, a lot of stuff you hear on the internet is like half-assed explanations. Anybody that actually knows what they're doing does not just look at one time frame, right? So I enter on the 5 and 15, but I don't trade on the 5 and 15. You have to look at multiple time frames. You got to look at a bigger time frame for the trend and bias, smaller time frame for entries. So make sure to check out the trade breakdowns. I just dropped a couple in the chat, but also check out the trade breakdown playlist. There's almost 200 videos of back-to-back various buy and sell setups. But yeah, you can't just look at one time frame. You gotta look at a bigger time frame for the trend, smaller time frame for entry. All right, so I'm liking how gold and GU are looking. Yeah, you just gotta set that. You just gotta get that part of your routine. I feel you though. Just gotta get that part of your routine. And the replays are always. I wouldn't say the recording's always uploaded as soon as I end the live. So even if the live's over, it's still there. You can watch it, whether that's later on that morning or the afternoon or even the nighttime. All the past lives are all on YouTube. So I got to see if GU can hold this level as support, and I'm about to see if gold can hold this level as resistance right here. So give me 1 second, because I'm gonna have to set some trade ideas just because we hop into these setups right here. But keep on asking y'all's questions in the chat, and I got you. Alright, so goals rejected. Let's see how G reacts right here. G looks like it's trying to hold this little bit of support right here. GJ got a little bit of work. I like this GJ setup. We just gotta wait a little bit longer for this GJ setup because we missed this retest because it happened so quick. Like, it didn't even happen within 5. It literally happened like within literally 1 minute. Tapped and shot off. So again, we just gotta wait. I do like GJ for buys for sure, but we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait. So while we wait, we might take this GU setup because it's holding that support now. So I do like this setup right here. So we're gonna hop in this setup right here. Got a little bit of work to do. Kind of struggled to make higher highs. It did do what I was looking for last week, but definitely struggled. But I do like how it's holding that support right here. And we're gonna have to wait for these other setups. So we might jump into this. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at new charts, drop them in the chat. Y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. We know what the game plan is, so now we're just waiting for our confirmations to either be met or not met. If they're met, we take the setup. If they're not met, we wait for them to be met or don't take the setup. Let's see if it holds. I'm liking this, I'm not gonna lie. That's what's up. Which one are in the free Telegram? Got multiple. I have the free trading crash course. I have the free room. So if you're in the free trading crash course, if you're not in the free room Telegram, the free play Telegram, you are missing out on a lot of stuff. So make sure you're in this one as well. But if you're in this one, that's what's up. Yeah, so at the beginning of every week, I always drop the Sunday chart analysis. So when y'all click the links, it's going to pop up like this. So you need to join this one for sure. And then the free trading crash course if you want to. But definitely join the second link of the free room. But yeah, at the beginning of every week, I drop the Sunday chart analysis, giving the game plan, my analysis for the week. So especially like on Mondays and Tuesdays, definitely on Mondays, make sure to check that out because majority of stuff doesn't really change, especially from that Sunday night. There might be some sets that take off or did moves. Besides that, most of the time, it's just pretty much the same game plan. How long did it take me to become profitable? It depends how you ask. Like, the short answer, I got into day trading because I didn't get straight into this type of day trade. I was doing some shit I'm not going to mention on stream because I don't want you all to even hop down that rabbit hole. But the type of trading I do now, I didn't get into that until like middle of 2020, beginning of 2021-ish. Right? And then I quit both my jobs like summer 2022, so it didn't take me that long. Like, it took me like a year. But as far as me learning and trading this strategy, it didn't take me that long. But I'll get into that in a second. I might just take the setup. I don't really like anything else besides gold, and GJ's got some work to do. Now's got some work to do. So we might hop in the setup in a second. I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna hold before I hop in it. That's one thing I don't like is re-entering trades a bunch of times. Now, if I got to re-enter a trade once, yeah. But again, the reason why I don't have to do that too many times and I avoid a lot of losses, my win rate so high, is because I literally, like I saw with this, I literally wait for price to show me, right? Because if we would have entered the other one, we would have got taken out, right? That's why a lot of people talk about their stop loss gets hunted. And so sometimes it's either because you're rushing the setup, either breakout trading, or price did not show you it's ready to hold at support yet. Because right now, it's just now holding at support. Prior to these past 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, right? We have not been holding this level of support. So that's why all these times you would have took buys here, you would have got wicked out, faked out, all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, but learning this strat didn't take me that long. Like, it took me like 3 weeks to kind of learn how the charts work, and then like a week to kind of develop a strategy and some rules and a game plan. And then maybe like a month to figure out pips, points, lot size, risk to reward. And then I practiced a strategy on a demo account that whole time for like 3 months. So it didn't take me that long. It took me like half a year, less than half a year, learning this strategy, becoming profitable. But like my whole trading journey, like I said, I wasn't just day trade. I was doing some other shit before this that's still in the trading category. But I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want y'all to even get tempted to even jump it. If you know, you know, but I'm not going to say it. Right? But as far as like the shit I teach, it didn't take me that long. When people say it takes a long time to become profitable, it's because of a lot of reasons, which I'll get into in a second. But there's a lot of reasons why people say, oh, it takes, years to become profitable. No, it doesn't take years to become profitable. It takes years for you to lock the fuck in. That's what it is. Right, but a lot of these people online, like I say, you can't fall for the hype. Like when people talk about 99% failure, all these stats, they love to talk about the effect, but never the cause of the effect. You know what I mean? Why do most people fail prop firms? Right? It's not because the prop firms are just liquidating their accounts or blowing their accounts, because every prop firm, before you sign up, tells you the exact rules to pass, to fail, the exact dollar amount every single day you can go in a negative or drawdown, to pass or fail. So for people to have these rules in their face and for them to still fail, it's not because the prop firm's out to get them. It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell people all the time, like trading is like nothing else. It's no different from anything else you're brand new to. Anything you're brand new to, think about it. Anything you're brand new to, you've never done before. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to make mistakes. Only difference with trading is those mistakes will cost you, right? So there's a reason why so many people, I don't even like to say it's a failure rate, it's a quitting rate, but there's a reason why so many people blow accounts and give up on trading. Is because they thought shit was sweet because these marketers online, and they don't want to take the time to learn the skill. They just want to get straight into the markets and learn the skill of the real money. You know what I'm saying? Like I say all the time, you use the trader's logic anywhere else, it doesn't make any sense, right? That's like never playing a sport before and you're learning how to play the sport in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't learn how to play the sport in playoffs, right? You learn how to play the sport at practice before even the fucking season starts. You know what I mean? That's why there's a preseason like of 3 months, so you can get your shit together and don't look like a goofy goober when it matters. You know what I mean? We're in this, by the way. I don't know if y'all know we're in this, by the way, and we're making some motherfucking money. So there's that as well. Again, patience pays, y'all. Patience pays. Patience pays. Yeah, like I'm on the 15 right now. I'm on the 15 right now. Can you explain what the break and the graph means on the chart? Be more specific. I don't know what you mean. Are you talking about like, I don't know what you mean. Are you talking about like when I was talking about support and resistance? What do you mean exactly by break? If you're talking about prop firms, that's also different, right? Because like with prop firms, like all it takes is one payout to give you a return on investment on what you paid for that prop firm challenge, right? So literally after your first payout is free money. So let's say you get a payout or 2 payouts or 3 payouts, and then you blow your account, you already made your money back and more. So it's like the money you made from those 2 or 3 payouts before you blew your account ain't even gonna hurt you if you buy another challenge. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely be aggressive on some. There's some prop firms I keep, but there are certain prop firms I'm a little more aggressive on. But like with my live accounts, that's when I'm like super strict and safe. Like for the past 3 years going on 4 years, I've not blown a live account, but like funded accounts, I go through those all the time, right? But that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different because I'm at a point now where I have a lot more capital and accounts to play with. But like in the beginning, when you're only starting with one account, you definitely want to be, you want to treat that like your baby. You know what I'm saying? We're making money, by the way. I hope y'all see y'all screens. We're making some motherfucking bread right now. I don't know who else is in this with me, but we're in this. We're in this. Took a little bit of patience, but look, patience pays. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather wait instead of take 2 losses, then finally take the winning trade and be like these people on the internet. Oh my God, I had to re-enter this trade 3-4 times. That's why you got to do it, because they be rushing the setup. That's why you see me wait all the time, to avoid all those fake outs and quote unquote liquidity grabs and shit. Just wait for price to show you that's ready to do the move you're looking for. And you're going to avoid a lot of these fake outs when you just wait for price to show you what it's trying to do. But the internet pushes speed. Oh, I'm in this trade for 10 minutes. Oh, I was in this trade for 5 minutes, right? All these clickbaity videos. So a lot of people, that's why a lot of people think scalping means 30-second chart. Back in the day, and still to this day, scalping has nothing to do with the 30-second time frame. Scalping is simply being in and out of a trade 2 hours or less. But nowadays, people refer to scalping as a 30-second time frame, 1 hour chart, all this other crazy shit. But that's not what scalping is. Scalping has nothing to do with time frames. That's like saying if you day trade, you have to look only on the daily and weekly chart. That's not how it works, right? You don't hear people say, "Oh, you day trade, so you got to be looking at the daily and weekly." No, but for some reason, when people hear scalping nowadays, they think that means hour and 30-second chart. And that's what fucks a lot of people up. So we just hit TP2. Nobody should close this trade red, by the way. Whoops. Was that a nice 1 to 2? Yeah, it's gonna be a nasty move right here. It does the full move. Smooth start to the week. Smooth start to the week. Again, just process of elimination. We got multiple charts we're looking at. Just waiting for the one that meets our confirmations. The one that ended up meeting our confirmation was GU, so we took that one. Made some bread. Simple. Right? Imagine we would have got emotional, FOMO. Oh my God, we missed this GJ setup. Oh my God, we missed this NAS setup. You know, look how things could have changed or turned out. This is why I gotta stay cool, calm, and collected. Stick to the game plan. That's a nice move right here. Nice move right here. Let me see. Know where the candles break to the left. Okay, so let me reread the other parts you said. You said, can you explain the break in the ground where the candles break to the left? Yeah, so it's all about, I have a video talking about this, matter of fact. So I'm about to drop it in the chat. But you have to understand support and resistance first. So if you don't understand support and resistance, that's the first thing you got to understand. Give me 1 second. Let me find the videos. Alright, so give me 1 second. Can you watch this video? And then there's another video as well. Yeah, so make sure to check out those videos right there. We hit TP2 though. Yeah, so we're at a nice 1 to 2 RR right now. And look, see gold to, that's why we wait for the confirmation. So again, we ain't missing a damn thing. So this is the only trade I'm gonna take London session. I'm gonna go back to New York session, of course, with the members and students drop the New York price watch list, but pretty smooth start to the week. Pretty smooth start to the week. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat though. I still got you on the screen, my bad, but it's still relevant. So the videos I just dropped in the chat, make sure to watch this video, how to master support resistance. Then make sure to watch this how to avoid false breakout video, right? But all the stuff people complain about online, I figured out how it works. So if you're never in the TikTok lives, make sure to be in the TikTok lives, because you'll understand what I'm talking about a lot more than TikTok lives. But all the stuff you hear people complain about online, the buyers, the sellers, the fake outs, manipulation, reversals, volume, blah, 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 news. I figured out how all this shit works, and now I use it to my advantage, right? Volume. I figured out what direction the volume is going, so now I use the volume to my advantage, right? These fake outs, there's all this shit. I use all this stuff to my advantage, right? So that's why you only want to buy off support levels, sell off resistance. Because if you go for buy strictly in an uptrend and then you buy only on support levels, not only do you have the trend going in your favorite direction, but you have the volume going in your favorite direction, and then the momentum also going in your favorite direction. Just like vice versa, if you only go for sells in a downtrend, only into sells off resistance levels, you have the volume, the trend, and the momentum and push of the resistance level all going in your favorite direction. You see what I mean? I go over a lot more depth and details in those two videos, so make sure to check out those two videos. By the way, y'all, the sale is still on. Make sure you use discount code locked in for 25% off everything. That's the Signal Room, that's Playmaker University, that's the Advanced Play Signal Room, yearly, monthly, lifetime, as well as one-on-one sessions. Everything, the playbook, everything is 25% off. Everything's 25% off at the moment. All right, the sale's gonna be ending soon. But yeah, we're gonna let this keep on pushing. Let me catch you to the chat, see what else y'all talking about. Talk about the market gap. So the gaps happen all Sundays. If you trade futures or options, you see them a lot more on a daily basis, because the gaps between the markets are closed and the market's still doing things. Because don't get it fucked up, right? The markets are quote unquote closed, but that doesn't mean shit ain't going on. The markets are just closed to trade and buy and sell, right? But shit's still going on. Just like on the forex side, right? These currencies, like the markets ain't closed, because if that was the case, you wouldn't be able to fucking spend money on the weekend, right? It's just closed as far as trading and buying and shit. So the gaps is basically showing like what took place when the markets were closed and things like that. You know what I mean? That's why every Sunday you see a gap with market open, because it's like kind of trying to catch up to what was taking place when the markets were closed and shit like that. Yeah, but that's all that is. That's all it is. Now, if you see a gap, like sometimes you'll see a gap happen in real time while the charts are open, and sometimes it's kind of the same thing like when the market's closed, when something quickly happens and it can't keep up. Just like if there's like a big ass candlestick that goes through your stop loss or TP, you're gonna lose or make more money than you anticipated, because the candle happened and the move happened so quick. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, GC hit, but it rejected. Yeah, but I'm not taking anything else until New York session anyways. I'm good off this setup right here. Now for you, Will, if you don't know, GU, the futures, this is for everybody else as well, the futures version for GBPUSD is 6B. And one of my playmakers, Yaz, she put me onto this because I didn't know about this shit. She put me onto this, but this is literally GU on the future side. So whenever I talk about GBPUSD, it's the same exact price as GBPUSD. It's just 6B. Like the market share, obviously it's a delay because I don't pay for the real time CME shit, but it's literally the same shit. Like literally the same shit, same price, same everything. Yeah, so that's the futures version of 6B. So of course in the signal room I called that out for the futures traders also. But yeah. Shout out to the playmakers. She told me one for GJ too, but I forgot what she said it was. But look at that push. Man, that shit's satisfying. I'm telling you. This should be satisfying as hell. Y'all saw this whole process live. You saw us avoid the quote-unquote fake out live. You saw us wait for the retest live, into the setup, and now we're making money. And you just gotta stick to the game plan. Just gotta stick to the game plan. In real time. We almost hit TP3. Yeah, but nobody should close this trade red, y'all. Nobody should close this trade red. Especially depending on how this next 15 plays out, I might try to retrace some. So, nobody should close this trade red. We'll be on for a little bit longer. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, as far as New York session, there's no news, so someone's just gonna wait for, like I always say, we don't take a session between now and 6 a.m. Just wait for 8, 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9:30 New York Open, and then go from there. Look at that push. That motherfucker thing flying. Look at that. And this is what people will say. Oh, this is the buyers taking over. That's why I tell y'all, if you go into the bigger time frame when that volume kicks in, it's gonna match with what these people talk about, right? I bet you these people. This is what people be talking about when they're like, "Oh, the buyer just sells here." No, it's just the volume for the trend coming in. GJ's having this level as well. So again, with GJ, we're either gonna look for price to BCR maintain 217.20 as support, or look for retest 216.75. NAS, we're gonna look and see if we can hold 29.520 as resistance to look for sales. And gold, we're gonna leave gold alone because it's shooting up. We just had another TP on GU. This thing is at a 1 to 4 RR, which is nasty. Right, and people would consider this a scalp. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go in the 30-second time frame to scalp. Right, we entered this trade at 351. I sent the signal out at 351, so we entered this off the 350 candlestick, and it's 412. Right, so this is a trade where we was in it for like 20 minutes. Right, this is a scalp, right? But again, we didn't go into the 30-second time frame. We didn't look at the 1 hour, none of that shit. Right, it's still just based it off the bigger time frame. That's why I tell you, like, the trend and bias based on the bigger, you enter on the smaller. Right, but again, you don't have to be on these small time frames to actually catch setups. Alright, so not bad. And then for the entirety of us being on the charts, we went live at 3:10. So we've been on the charts for an hour. So it was on the charts for an hour, been in this trade for 20 minutes. Not bad at all. And we caught a 1 to 4 hour on this motherfucker, which is not bad at all. Let me let the folks know we just hit the next zone though. It's just like that, y'all. It's just like that. So I'm about to take my ass back to bed till New York session, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit the links to check it out for yourselves. And like always, you're gonna learn how to identify these levels. My senior service, my mentorship programs. You know what to do. Become a playmaker today, y'all. Make sure you use discount code locked in for 25% off everything. And like always, you want to contact me directly. You can DM me on Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, and even on YouTube now, because YouTube wants to be like Instagram all of the fucking sudden. So now y'all can even DM me on YouTube. But again, do not search me up on Telegram. Only join through my links. Do not search me up. Well, only search me up and talk to me on that Instagram and TikTok. There's fake Instagrams, there's fake TikToks, there's fake Telegrams. So only join the Telegrams through my links. Don't search me up on Telegram. And make sure you're only talking to me and contact me on that TikTok and that Instagram. All right, but also if you click the beacons link, it's gonna have the TikTok and Instagram linked here. So if you just click the link, TikTok and Instagram here as well. All right, so only join through my links and only contact me on the TikTok and Instagram right here. But yeah, pretty smooth start to the week. All right, peace, we out.